have a fantasy question? Email the king himself, Scott Engel. Just go to rotoexperts.com and click on Scott Engel's email advice tab. rotoexperts.com, the best fantasy news in the business.
This is WICR.
And what's up, guys? I'm here back again. This is Roberto, and I'm here with the Midday Mess, and I'm here with my two co-hosts for the day. What's up, guys? Introduce yourselves.
Hey, Brendan Clark Jr.
Yo, this is Justin. I'm a sophomore.
What's up, Brendan? What's up, Justin? How you guys doing today? How you feeling? Let us know.
It's type chilly out, man. It's type chilly out.
Feeling good.
It is a little chilly. It is. I had to break out the leather jacket. You know, it's been
looking real fly.
Thanks a lot. No, I like that Ben Trill shirt.
I tried, man. I just try to put the people on Iona, to this new style of fashion.
The new style of fashion.
I got these guys.
How about you, Brendan? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling right coming out the gym.
Hey, this guy was putting in some work.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into today's topics. And it seems like the NFL has been in the news a lot lately this week, these past couple of weeks. Have you guys understand?
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy. So, and the NFL star now that's in the news is Adrian Peterson, guys. You guys know Adrian Peterson, right?
It's the best running back in the league.
Minnesota Vikings, guys. And this story comes from ESPN, of course. You know, the big guys in sports news. And Adrian, well, let me just read the story to you guys. So, Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson has been placed on the NFL's exempt list, barring him from all team activities until his child abuse case is resolved. So basically, yes, he was indicted for child abuse. Now, the team said early Wednesday morning, after giving the situation additional thought, they've decided that this is the appropriate course of action for the organization and for Adrian. The Vikings owner, Zygi Wilf and Mark Wolf, said in a statement, "We are always focused on trying to make the right decision as an organization. We embrace our role and the responsibilities that go with it, as a leader in the community, as a business partner, and as an organization that can build bridges with our fans and positively impact this great region. We appreciate the value and the input we have received from our fans, our partners, and the community." The Vikings have scheduled a news conference for noon Wednesday, which was earlier today. Peterson was indicted last week in Montgomery County, Texas, on a felony count of reckless or negligent injury to a child. The charge stems from a whipping incident that left bruises and wounds on much of his 4-year-old son. Now, according to the NFL, only Commissioner Roger Goodell has the authority to place a player on the exempt list, as it is a player's special status available to a clubs only in unusual circumstances. Peterson also tweeted shortly after the announcement. The running back has said that he was disciplining his son the same way his own father disciplined him while growing up in Texas, and that he didn't intend to hurt him. That's Peterson also was accused in 2013 in Texas of injuring another of his young sons, who has a different mother. Although charges were never brought. That was funny. He has a different mother. I mean, how unexpected is that?
I guess.
Those allegations reportedly filed of the state's Child Protective Services Agency, according to Houston's CBS affiliate. All right, so I got a question for you guys. Do you guys agree with the course of action that the NFL has taken in regards to Adrian Peterson? Let's start with you, Justin. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like they really don't have a choice, like, especially what's going on in the NFL with, Ray Rice and domestic violence or whatever. Like, with disciplining your own children, like, everybody has their own way. People get grounded, or some people, like, smack their kids. But, hey.
So you're saying that people discipline their kids in different ways?
Yeah, how is the status of the kid? Like, was he, like, really, really,
He had bruises on his legs, and they were visible. They were visible marks.
If they weren't visible, would he still be okay? Let me ask you a question. When you got in trouble as a kid, did your parents, discipline you, get a little spanking?
They did. They did give me spankings, but I never had marks the way he had marks.
Did they? I would need to see the marks.
It looked like he got into a fight.
No, for real, like
it was bad. It looked like he got into a fight.
Well, I heard like a switch, like it really leaves a mark.
He took tree branches. Would you beat your kid with a tree branch?
I don't know.
That's some Michael Jackson, like, father type stuff, like, if you watch that movie on BET. But I think that the NFL probably did do the right move because, just like what you were saying, that the thing that's happening with Ray Rice too. Like there has to be some kind of action taking course.
They can't just let this one
they
go
can't
by.
just do it, especially since it's in the media right now. And what you call it? I mean, we all dads discipline their children, so I think it's because the marks are there. If the marks weren't there,
I mean, if they weren't even visible,
if
I
they
don't think
weren't,
people would have a
nobody
problem.
would say anything. People would be like, "Yeah, I was beat too." You know,
Yeah.
it's just how it is.
Some people say that made them a better person. Like I got.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys, guys, regardless of the fact that the marks were visible, you guys agree with the fact that kids should be getting beatings
No,
from time to time?
I didn't say all of that.
All right, so then let's get into that. You guys think that kids should be beaten?
I feel like
It's really
My
a
mo-
hard question.
I feel like my mom did some type of things to me, like
Yeah,
just like,
oh.
where like I was set straight, like I got it the first time.
I didn't get it the first time.
I didn't really, for me, like I was really like a shy child, and I really did some things that I really didn't think was that bad. So then once I got that message from her, I was able to be like, all right, I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
You had that blessing.
yeah, I had that. Yeah.
I remember I got 3 beatings 3 days in a row.
Oh no, that's not me.
Let me tell you a story.
You must like
So
that.
it was the second grade. I failed the test. My dad was like, "Yo, bring that." He beat me. He's like, "All right, bring your math textbook. Come on." Second day. I didn't bring the textbook. I brought the
Yep.
workbook.
Yeah.
No, the second day I didn't bring the textbook. I forgot it. I got beat. Third day I didn't even bring the textbook. I brought the workbook. Got beat.
Third time's the charm.
It wasn't the third time the charm because I still don't understand math to this day.
You see what happened? It's not, they can't beat it into you. So that's why.
Yeah, that. It was like, oh, this is how we learned. When we were growing up.
They can't beat it into you. That's no matter how hard you beat a kid, you cannot beat the information into them. You can't.
I don't
beat,
know.
and that's why I don't see the point of beating a kid. Maybe
I
one
guess.
time, but I mean, I really think it has to do with sitting down and talking to them. Because eventually it's words that we use
Exactly.
to get people to understand
There's
things.
teachers out here that don't beat kids, and people have 4.0 GPAs
You go to
and
school.
everything.
You go to school and you learn, right?
Exactly.
Is your teacher hitting you? Do
Nope.
teachers hit kids nowadays?
It's just basically like
They used to.
everybody.
They used to, and
Yeah,
they
they
stopped
used
it.
to.
Why? Because it wasn't working.
Now because
And
reasons like
it
this
became
now,
illegal.
it's more media stuff now, so that it's a crime now. And then you talk to your grandma.
See, why
you
is
talk
it
to
a
your-
psychology?
Wait, why is
wasn't
it a
as
crime?
big.
Why is it a crime for the teacher to hit the kid, but the parent can't hit the kid, but the
It's not
parent
your-
could hit the kid?
Like I work in the Boys and
But
Girls
they-
Club. I can't hit the children. That's not my child. I don't know them like that. There's no way. There's no personal connection for me to just actually do something like that.
Right, and I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is why can't somebody other than the parent hit the kid if they're seeing that they're doing the same action? You understand? Like it doesn't make sense. That's why I don't think anybody should hit the kid. You understand? Just
Yeah, I feel you.
talk to the kid, talk to them, and you'll see. And
But there-
you'll see that
I
there
talk-
won't be any emotional problems with the kids, and the issues with the kids will start to they'll start.
They'll
You
start to
start
build
seeing
up.
less. No, you start seeing less emotional issues.
If you keep beating the kids, they're gonna be like, all right, I really
Yeah,
don't like
because
this. I really
my
don't like
mom told me a story where you would see other children getting hit by other parents just because they know it's wrong. Like, for example, if somebody came out of the store, if it was me, say it was me, and I come out the store, I'm like 6 years old or whatever, I'm stealing candy, and a woman comes and slaps my hand or whatever, like, don't do that. And my mom actually saw, she would be like, oh, thank you. Like, that was the mindset before, like, for her time, because that's how she was talking to me about that. My mom and my dad, they both grew up in that way. They're both in Harlem. So when something like that happens, they were both like,
They
such and such
appreciated
straight.
somebody
Yeah, like,
else reprimanding the
and
kid.
plus, like, being black, like, you can't be doing stuff like that. So, you have to set us straight, like, growing up. So, I got that.
I
stuff,
feel
but
like I
shit-
know plenty of black kids out there that,
Oh, yeah,
that don't get. But there's some kids
I
out there that
appreciate
just.
that your parents were consistent in that they allowed other people, to set you straight. But I just don't agree with the whole,
I don't.
reprimanding the kids and, putting hands on another
I
kid.
pray I won't have to be putting that. I pray I have the best kid in the world. Straight A's, always
But
come
you
home
know
on
what
time.
they say, your
That's what
kid's
you
gonna
introduced
come
them.
out like you. So if you came out,
I mean, I
having
wasn't
to get beat, man.
I
don't know.
wasn't that bad.
But I think it's what you introduce to them, like, through TV, because that's what they see, whatever you watch. Like, things is changing now on the television, so that's what makes it more violent. Like, you watching other
We
stuff.
got
like,
TV,
yeah,
we got video games.
If you grew up
No,
watching
but
a Bad Boy, like, not Bad Boy, the one with, I forgot his name. His name passed me by. Like, Baby Boy.
Oh,
You think of Baby Boy, and you think about how he
Oh.
being her and stuff, and think about it. You really thinking about that, and you was like, I don't know how old or how long ago it was, but if you really think about it, a child's like, yo, I love that movie. Then they're gonna try to do the same thing to like a woman. It's like, nah,
That's
you
I would
can't.
never like,
And
you know?
it's all about the environment that you were raised in, man. All about your environment.
I would
man.
never like, you know, watch a movie and be like, oh, let me try this out, because like, you know, I was the only child up until like a couple like maybe like 6-7 years ago.
Right.
So I would go to school and, you know, I see all my friends, you know, most of the time these are all the people I talked to, because my dad was always working. Then I would drop off my grandmother, and she type old at the time, so she didn't have the energy. And my mom was always working, so I'd always be myself at home. So when I was at school, I would just act out, and that's mostly what the teacher would say, like, oh, he's your only child. Oh, I understand, but my parents didn't see it that way. They were just like, oh, Justin's acting up at school.
Right.
So you just said that it's all about the environment you were raised in, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of
Some parents
yeah,
just see it
definitely.
like black and white, like there's no gray area.
So do you think that Adrian Peterson is a product of his environment?
I mean, that's what he was raised in. If he
Yeah.
look
Because
out,
he said
should-
he was beating the kid the way his father used to beat him.
he could say he turned out very successful. Look, he's set to make 11.5 million this year. He's not a bad person.
No. Well, it's still debatable.
Yeah.
And that's
The thing that's ironic wasn't one of his kids beaten. I mean,
The other
killed.
kid.
Was one of his kids killed in a domestic violence case?
Oh.
I don't remember hearing about that.
I remember something like
Yeah,
that.
I heard one of his kids was beaten in a domestic
Yeah.
violence case, and I just
Wow.
find this yeah,
Wow.
one of his sons died. That's why I find this
Yeah.
like so crazy that
It was like 2 years ago.
yeah.
But anyways, since you guys agree that it's all about the environment that you were raised in, do you think Adrian Peterson can be forgiven for what he did?
Absolutely. People can still beat their kids.
I think so.
It's only so big is because it's domestic violence and what happened to Ray Rice.
So do you think he should be back? You think he should be allowed to play in the NFL?
I do.
I think he should too.
Okay.
I mean, everybody disciplines their kids their own way, but if it's to an extent where he's like, you know,
And
severely
I agree.
harming the
And
kid.
I think he should be allowed to be playing in
Yeah.
the NFL because he was disciplining his child, and I agree. I believe he was a product of his environment. He doesn't know any better. You know, he should make his own morals. He should be making up his own mind about things. But that's how he grew up. So that's why I think he should be allowed back into the NFL.
Yeah.
I think if his discipline required like marks or showing some type of bruises so you can remember, and then like the next day like there's a bruise in your arm, you see that, then I don't think he should. I don't know if that's how he grew up, like, oh, there's marks on my body, but if that wasn't the case, if that wasn't the intention, then I think he should still play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that is a big thing to just see on your arm or see on your leg, wherever, marks, just like, oh yeah, I did this, so I was wrong. And I don't think that's the greatest mindset. So.
Not that we're condoning just because he was raised in that environment. That
Oh
it's
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
but
definitely, yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, let's get into the next topic, which we're continuing with the football talk, and it has to do with everybody's favorite football player as of late, Ray Rice.
Feel
So
bad for everybody, fantasy team. I feel bad for them.
I feel bad. I definitely
Feel
do.
bad. Especially Adrian Peterson too. I feel
Yup.
bad for them too.
Because
It's looking slow right
Ray
now.
Rice was
man.
on a couple people's fantasy football
First
teams,
picks,
man.
first picks. They was
Yes.
picking Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson. Now
Mhm.
he's gone. Jesus.
Anyways, let's get into the story. So, the union has appealed Ray Rice's suspension by the NFL. The union meaning the NFL Players Association. So they announced last night that they're appealing the suspension, and the NFL Association's Players Association appeal is based on supporting facts that reveal a lack of a fair and impartial process, including the role of the office of the commissioner of the NFL. The union said in a statement last night. We have asked that a neutral and jointly selected arbitrator hear this case, as the commissioner and his staff will be essential witnesses in the proceeding and thus cannot serve as impartial arbitrators, the NFL Players Association added. The NFL suspended Ray Rice indefinitely, and the Ravens terminated his contract last week after video surfaced of the running back punching his then fiancée unconscious in an Atlantic City casino elevator on February 15th. By the way, that's my birthday. Just wanted to say, damn, she got it on her birthday. That's crazy. But anyway, both Rice and Palmer were arrested after the incident. Charges against Palmer were quickly dropped. Rice, who was indicted by a grand jury, entered a pretrial diversionary program, avoiding jail time. He has apologized for the February 15th incident. After outrage from Rice's suspension, the NFL announced last month that players accused of domestic violence would face tougher punishments. Players get 6 games of suspension for a first offense, and at least a year for a second offense, according to the new policy. So, should the NFL's decision stand?
No,
No. Wow, that was quick.
absolutely not.
No. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you on that.
He should have gotten a longer suspension from the beginning. That's undeniable.
You can't deny that. I agree. His suspension needed to be longer from the beginning.
I would have said at least 4 to 5 games.
But the NFL was trying to cover their behinds.
Exactly. So this brings me to the next point. Ray
is,
Rice, he was completely honest when they did the interviews. Like, oh, did Ray Rice say he did all these things? They were like, yes. They chose to give him 2 games. Then when the video leaked, everybody with the uproar, oh, how come we only got 2 games? They felt the pressure. So then they suspended him indefinitely, which I felt was unfair. You already gave 1 verdict. You just can't, just because an outside source said, oh, give him more games, let's just give him, more games.
Right. But he deserves to be kicked out of the NFL, man.
Kicked out?
Yes, he does. He doesn't deserve to come back.
I think the one that
you mean never play again?
Never play again, man.
Michael Vick was out there with dogs, and you telling me this man can never play again?
This man beats a woman, man.
This man beat a woman. I get it, but I think it's still.
Let's get back to the topic of the article, which is why they're appealing the suspension, and they're appealing the suspension because of Roger Goodell, and they're saying that Roger Goodell was not the right person to make the call on if he should be kicked out of the NFL, and they're saying that because he became a part of the case when he decided not to show the video. And I completely agree with that. Roger Goodell is a criminal now. I believe Roger Goodell deserves to be prosecuted too. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like first the wife, Ray Rice's wife, talked to him because I feel like that was the only way where they could probably do a compromise for Ray Rice to probably still play in the long run, because it is a huge thing, and I feel like all black women, everybody should speak out. And I remember the article we talked about last week, or a video that we was talking about Condoleezza Rice, and saying that she should be the next person to step up. But the thing is, that's a black woman, and that's the vibe they're trying to bring. They're trying to bring a black woman so things like that won't happen again. So I think because of the Ray Rice's wife talking to him, that they only had 2 games suspension, and because of him, he had to say to the public, he had to say to the media, okay, 2 games. And then once it came out on the media, everybody had a voice. Everybody was like, no, it's in the public, so we can't be shy, and therefore everybody feels that there needs to be, like you're saying too, like the entire season, or at least whatever the union said about the first game. What you said, the first offense was like 6 games. You said the first offense was about 6 games, and the second one is a whole year?
No, the first time they gave him, wasn't it 2 games?
Yeah, 2 games.
It was 2 games, yes.
What did the union say? You said
the union is just appealing. They're just appealing the suspension.
It's like a conflict of interest, because like Roger Goodell likes inside whatever, and
right, because they're considering him a part of the case.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because when they feel that he covered up the video. Well, it's been confirmed now.
Yeah.
Because of the cop. Well, the NFL person that came out and said that yes, they did get the video.
See, they can't. That's why I feel like it's just completely wrong for Roger Goodell to suspend him indefinitely. You had the video, you had the proof. You chose to give him 2 games.
But 6 games would be. But that's why the union.
6 or 7.
The union is appealing it.
Exactly, they have every right. But
they have every right to appeal.
Roger Goodell had no right for giving him.
They have every right to appeal. But at the same time, Ray Rice deserves his punishment. Ray Rice deserves that.
If you had half the season, yeah, that'd be good.
Suspended indefinitely for what he did.
He should have just got 6 games.
6 or 7 games.
What is 6 games going to do for you?
That's money lost.
What is 6
right there?
6 games?
What is 6 games going to do for you?
That's half of the season.
Alden Smith only got 9 games, and he's calling out bomb threats at airports. And he's saying, I'm doing drugs, and that only got 9 games.
That's an issue that the NFL needs to fix. But I believe that Ray Rice got the right punishment. Yeah. He was served his punishment.
Indefinitely? That's not right.
Yeah, we just got to see what happens later.
They still have to figure out what's going on in the case. That's why they said indefinitely.
They already had the video. There's nothing else to figure out. There's no charges being pressed, as far as I know.
But they still got to figure out Janae's side in the case.
She's gonna be supporting her husband.
That's the mouth that feeds her.
You're
not gonna bite the hand that feeds you.
She's not gonna go against
Just because you're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you, don't mean you still can't. You still can't talk about it.
But she said that, we're both at fault here.
She ain't a girlfriend. She a wife now. It's not gonna happen.
All right, well, we'll see. All right, well, we're gonna go into commercial break and we're gonna get into the next song right after that. So we'll talk to you guys soon.
Hello everyone, this is Gregory Kasimis from the Metro Deli in Scarsdale. The Metro Deli has been part of the Westchester community for over 10 years. We always use the